You know, I always wanted to make a tier list video about something, about some game, but I was never sure of what game I should choose. Well, now I got my answer, and that answer is I should make one about Blade and Sorcery, because it's a game I play a shit ton. Well, I know you've probably seen Schmido and downloadable content do the same thing, and you're probably aware that the weapons for Blade and Sorcery PC and Nomad are completely the same, but I kinda wanted my take on it, so I'm gonna do this. I'm going to make a tier list video about some weapons, and if it goes good, I'll make another video ranking some more weapons. Sounds good? Great. Let's go. Now, the riding sword is basically the bread and butter of Blade and Sorcery. The weapon can stab, slash, and decapitate pretty easily, even without butter stabs. Unlike many other weapons, this one is very easy to control, and honestly, it's the best choice for someone who just got the game recently. It's basically a weapon with just like a one-man army. You can do every single thing with it. The only downside for it is that it's small as shit. For that reason, I'll have to give the riding sword a solid S tier. Okay, in all seriousness now, you might think I'll say great things about the wrist blade because I made a meme about it, but you're completely wrong. I despise the wrist blade. It's the weapon I least use. Hell, even using a small shield as a weapon would be better. It's clunky and just honestly a disabled dagger. For the people that use this weapon regularly, please tell me how much Assassin's Creed games you have played. And also, this weapon is only good for stabbing and stealth, I guess. Yeah, this is a D tier, no doubts. Okay, pause the video. The old Hunter X is a criminally underrated weapon, and I hate how nobody talks about it. So you listening to me, you'll go to Nomad right fucking now, and you'll play with the Hunter's X, or I'll find your house, and I'll brutally The old Hunter's X is not a good weapon, it is a very great weapon. The weapon is specialized in making enemies trip over, and then, well, yeah. Well, the weapon is very long, so it is extremely easy to block any incoming attacks. This weapon is a well-deserved A tier. And if you say it's not, I will
The Reverend Sword is one of my all-time favorite swords in the game. You can see how it resembles an antique sword in shape and size, but the Reverend Sword has much better reach and versatility. It's one of the only swords in the game that can be used with one or two hands. You can actually use this weapon well in reverse grip, which is crazy because reverse grip is terrible. I think this is one of the best weapons to dual wield with. If one sword gets knocked out of your hand, you can still use the other like a two-handed sword. Everyone can put their own twist on the Reverend Sword, which is why I'm putting it in A tier.
Oh, do I have some things to say about this one? This is another extremely underrated weapon because in paper it sounds, well, really fucking boring. With good reason. It is very fucking boring, but that doesn't make a weapon bad, right? Well, anyways, I'm extremely biased on this one since I do fencing, so I'm not gonna comment on it too much. I know that this weapon is extremely good, but really, really boring. So on my head, this one should be an A tier. Okay, I'm gonna go straight to the point on this one. If Blade and Sorcery had a fucking meta, this would definitely be it. I mean, handling this weapon is so smooth and nice, and cutting people with it makes you feel like a badass every time.
Now, people will just scream at me saying, "But Smug, the war sword is so much better. You can one-hand and two-hand with it with a longsword range." And to those people, I say, yeah, you have a solid point. But I think the war sword looks very fucking ugly. And since I'm the one making the video, my opinion is more important. SS tier.
Alright, let me see what's left. Oh, that's it? What about the dagger? Hey, thanks for watching the video all the way through. I'm happy if I made you at least breathe a bit out of your nose. But anyways, this is my first time editing on PC and my editor crashed on me like 3 times while editing. It was terrible. But I'll eventually get better at it and I'll find a better editing software, hopefully. Yeah, but what about the dagger though? Nah, guess the dagger will be in part 2. Well, I hope you have a good one. See ya!